G'day Scarefest fans, Glenn here from fakeshemp.net, here with another fantastic film from the land down under. Actually, they're all fantastic, and therefore I've just got another film for you to watch this week. I hope you've been enjoying the movies I present. I've had a few of you get in touch with me and tell me that you have been watching them, and that blows my mind. So this one, possibly one of my favorites that I've ever presented on the segment. It goes right back to 1978. It's an absolute banger, and it gives me chills just thinking about it. So, what are we waiting for? Let's take a look. All right, firstly, what a freaking great movie this is. And before I even start, I'm just going to tell you right now, go and watch it. It's on Amazon Prime. It's not going to disappoint you. So it is Long Weekend, and it was made in 1978. It is best described as an eco-horror movie, which is to say it's essentially a man versus nature story. And of course there's been plenty of those over the years, like Food of the Gods and Day of the Animals, even Piranha, just to scratch the surface. But none of them are as straightforward and socially conscious as Long Weekend. And don't worry, this is not some left-wing leaning virtual signal, but rather it's a cautionary tale with the simple message of keeping the planet clean. The premise has a husband and wife spending a long weekend camping near the beach. They're city slickers with a total disregard for nature, and their introduction sees them throwing litter and cigarette butts out the window, hurling empty beer cans into the bush, and spraying, unnecessary amounts of insecticide around their campsite. Now, this is not a monster movie either, so when nature does decide to exact revenge on these two ignorant tourists, it's not a case of plants coming to life or anything supernatural like that, but rather a series of bad luck and near-death experiences that end up taking over their weekend. From an eagle attacking the husband to ants invading their space, even trees toppling down around them. Of course, it all does happen with a rising amount of tension and terror, suggesting that perhaps there is some kind of supernatural at play, but the beauty of the film is that it never actually reveals anything unrealistic or impossible. And then, on top of that, adding to the tension is the disintegration of the relationship, which takes sort of an aligned trajectory with the surrounding horrors. Long Weekend really is a masterclass in suspense. It echoes the work of Alfred Hitchcock, and it was written by the legendary Everett de Roche, who I have spoken about numerous times on Scarefest television. Please take a look at his work on IMDb and journey down that never-ending rabbit hole to the discovery of so many incredible films. And once again, Quentin Tarantino comes into the equation because he considers Long Weekend to be one of his favourite films of all time, and Everett de Roche is one of his favourite writers of all time. But anyway, I digress. This movie just makes me uncomfortable. It also makes me feel nostalgic because it was made at a time when there was this nationwide campaign to keep Australia beautiful, and that was the slogan, Keep Australia Beautiful, which was essentially a social movement to educate people on avoiding littering, to pick up trash, start recycling, all that kind of stuff. So that big campaign inspired the overall narrative of Long Weekend and gave the film a much stronger impact when it was released. But anyway, I can't seem to stop talking. I can't sing the film's praise enough. One thing to note though is that it was remade in 2008 by director Jamie Blanks, who also made Urban Legend and Valentine, and it starred the American actor James Caviezel. Now, his version is more or less the same. It's not a bad movie, but it's a pointless one, so just don't mistake the remake for the original when you're looking it up on Amazon Prime. Just talking about Long Weekend gives me goosebumps, and I just want to go out and watch it again. I watched it last week, and I already want to watch it again. It's the kind of movie that's dripping in atmosphere and just, really gets under your skin. So I hope you like the look of the trailer. Go and find it. Like I said right at the start, it's on Amazon Prime, so there is no excuse. You can see it, and you should. Anyway, that's about another one from me for another week. I will be back next week with something else. In the meantime, don't forget Good Movie Monday. That drops on your Sunday, and of course there is Scarefest Radio Reanimated, which you can catch every Tuesday. And for now, exit stage, whatever.